Welcome to MB Shoedoc, where we explore the world of quality dress shoes for men. We will cover the art of patina and shine, learn to care for our shoes, review the brands that you love, and introduce brands that you've never heard of. Hello my friends, got an interesting project here today. So this is a pair of Bronx shoes. This is a brand I am not familiar with. I don't really know that much about them. The client was having trouble shining them. They just weren't holding a good shine. So we took them to a cobbler who thought it would be a great idea to spray them with some sort of clear acrylic. And now you can see that clear acrylic, no surprise, is peeling right off. So of course as soon as the shoe flexes, that acrylic's not going to stay on there. So quite a little bit of a mess. It looks like the entire shoe has been coated with this. I'll be honest, I have never seen this before. I've never run into this before, so this is going to be interesting. The plan was not really to do a full patina on these. What we really wanted to do was to just shine them. But obviously I can't shine it with this acrylic peeling off. So instead of using full acetone like I typically do, we are going to try Saphir Matte and see if that'll remove that acrylic. So let's give that a shot. Alright, so the first step here, I'm going to remove these laces. Fit these with some tight-fitting shoe trees. These are from my good friends over at Fintico. So they do shoelaces. I like to use their shoelaces on some of my restorations. And now they're doing shoe trees. Really happy with these. Alright, so I've got a couple ideas. One, I'm going to try to brush these a little bit first and see if we can remove some of this that's just peeling off. A good portion of this that's flaking off, maybe we can just get it to flake the rest of the way. But I'm thinking on the toe, where it's not really been creased yet, that's going to have to be stripped off. Yeah, that's creating quite a mess. If you can look at my glove here, all these little flakes of it coming off. It's going to be all over my table. I'm going to have to vacuum it off. So let this be a lesson to everyone. If your cobbler suggests that they use some sort of acrylic spray on your shoes, no, don't do it. That is not a good long-term solution. I don't think it's even a good short-term solution. Just seems like a pretty terrible idea. I think that's all I'm going to get off with the brushing, so let's get into a little bit of Matte. Now, Matte, it is definitely a little milder than acetone. It's a good solution to use just for stripping off old polish. And we'll see what it'll do here. Getting it a little bit. Yeah, to me that is really just not working well enough. That's going to take forever to try to remove that. I don't feel like it's really coming off that well, so we're going to try something else. Alright, so decided to break out the big guns, so we're going with the acetone. So these are little cotton rounds like makeup removing pads. That's working a lot better already. I can actually feel it as I'm rubbing it on the toe here. I can actually feel that acrylic like kind of soften up, and it actually gets almost like gummy, and it starts sticking. Look, you can see where the cotton round is kind of sticking and it's pulling it. So yeah, this is definitely working. It's breaking it up. Trying to be gentle because I don't want to strip all the color like I would with doing a patina, but at the same time I don't want any of that acrylic left on here either. So I'm going to do this somewhat by appearance just because I can see, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it on the camera honestly, but there's this kind of fake shiny, this fake sheen, plasticky looking sheen to certain areas. That's that acrylic. So I can see some areas where that's still there, but I'm kind of doing it by feel too. There's just a different feel of the cotton kind of gliding across here. Again, it kind of almost feels like it sticks and grabs in these areas that still has that acrylic on it. See how much this is taken off. Quite a bit. This one's stripped. Doesn't have that sheen to it anymore. Color's much more even. This one is not yet finished, so it's got a lot more of that false sheen in certain areas. But we'll get them evened up here now. Okay, I've got both shoes got stripped. Got the acrylic finish removed, so nice and even. However, a little bit more pale and a little bit less green than they had been. So I'm going to use some cream polish from Terrago. See if we can add just a little bit more green back to it. So I'm not going to be using dyes on this one. Just getting a little finger dab of some cream polish here. Alright, I've added back just a little bit of green color with the cream polish. Let's time to give them a little brushing here. Alright, so next, there was a little bit of burnishing to them originally, and again, kind of ended up having to remove some of that while trying to remove the acrylic. So this is a little bit of black cream polish. This is from Magnani. This in a few areas, try to add a little bit of that burnish and give it more of an antiquing. And we can do a little bit more with the wax too when we go to shine these. I'm just going to kind of go along the broguing, the heel, and the toe. And a little bit here at the eyelets as well. Yeah, I don't want to darken the whole thing. Just looking to make some little areas of some accent here. A little bit of shading to it. So you can see the difference here. Added just that little bit of darkening along the broguing and on the toe compared to this one that doesn't have it. So we'll get them both to match up here, and then we'll brush them off again. Alright, so this is after adding the black cream polish, and really pretty happy with the way this is looking now. So I've given it back a little bit of an aged look, a little bit of a patina with that cream polish. And I think they will shine up nicely now. Go ahead and give these a little brushing. So it's got a little bit of a soft shine to it already. Looking good. Go to the wax next. I decided it'd be good to rehydrate the leather a little bit, so I'm going to use some Bic 4 here. I like Bic 4 just because it tends to not remove a lot of color. It doesn't darken the leather too much either, so I'm going to add a little bit of Bic 4 to these, hoping that it will keep this cream polish that I've added and not remove it, not alter the color or darken the leather much. But since I did strip these with some acetone, it is a good idea to rehydrate the leather. Now I certainly could have done this first and then added the cream polish, but it really doesn't matter a whole lot. And you know, this tinted just a little bit. I can see a slight bit of green on this cloth, but a lot less than what I get with Saphir Renovateur, and less than I get with Venetian shoe cream. So really for color, Big 4 has been my favorite conditioning lotion. Now for really dry, like cracked, damaged leather, Renovateur is probably the best for actual rehydration. But for patina projects, it does tend to remove a little bit more color. And even though this is not a dye patina project, I am changing the color a little bit with the cream polish on purpose. So I like using the Big 4 for this. Alright, so rehydrated both of these. Give them a little brushing after it has a chance to settle in, and then we'll go to the shine after that. Alright, so these have been rehydrated. We've added some cream polish, and now we're going to add some high shine. So using the Saphir Mirror Gloss. And again, when I start, I usually apply some by hand, so a little bit there. Just kind of getting this base layer built up. Got a base layer of wax on both of these. I continue to use the Saphir Mirror Gloss in neutral, but now I'm going to add, start using a cloth instead of just applying it with my fingertips. So using a little bit of water, get this damp. Wax and just a single drop of water to buff with. What I'll do is a couple rounds like that with the neutral mirror gloss, but then I'm going to actually go on the toe tip with black. I'm going to look at darkening that up further. A little bit on the heel here as well. Already these are starting to get a little bit of a shine to them. I'm going to get some black on there next. one final look at these after I've gotten them shined up, cleaned up, shined up. I really like the color on them. It's a really unique olive green pair. And remember, the whole reason for that acrylic is because they wouldn't shine up, but honestly I think once I got the acrylic off they shined up just fine. So they look really good. Should be happy with these now. So I would recommend not ever using acrylics or any kind of a paint surface on your shoes. Leather dyes is one thing, but paint is just really not recommended. I hope you enjoyed this restoration. Sometimes it's nice to see what can be done with just some cream and polish and a good cleanup and not using the dyes. If you do enjoy this content, please like, subscribe, and share.